Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm here to tell you about a couple different businesses that right now I'm starting because of the pandemic and just general trends where I think the market and where different products and services are going to go in the next couple of weeks. So the number one business I'm starting right now is basically just a health business overall, focusing on home health, about doing fitness things in your house by selling, apparel, clothes, yoga mats, kettlebells, doing these things and shipping these products directly to people's houses. Because as you know, basically because of COVID, things are very inconsistent. And I think that this has become more of a normalized thing to go have a home gym, have a home workout space instead of going to a gym. I think that over time, this is just going to be a general trend that is going to be basically really good to capitalize on. So that's why I'm starting Connected Fitness Products, which is basically offshoot of Ocean Connection. Ocean Connection is like the parent company where I'm implementing all this stuff into the software that I've already built for different companies and businesses to apply their stuff into. So there's that one. Next one I really want to start is just a home theater system business because, as you know, movie theaters are shutting down. More and more people are trying to make their home theaters a lot better set up. Make it so you have a projector, you have a surround sound system. But basically, what I'm doing differently is I'm just going to package everything together. You buy one thing, and you get it set up, and you can have it everything all in one. So you get your sound system instead of having to buy your speakers from one place, your projector from one place. Make it a really stupid, simple thing to set up because there's a lot of people that don't have the technical prowess to be able to do a lot of these things. So I can make that really simple. So home theater systems as well. I'm also starting basically an influencer-backed swimwear brand, which basically one of the things I was thinking about is there's a lot of people, a lot of college students that have been, can have like 15,000 followers on their college campus. And I was basically seeing like how could they convert that into an actual opportunity where they're making money and where they're actually getting cash flow off of that, because they can promote like a different brand, but they aren't actually earning a lot. Because if a business is paying you, right, to do a sponsored post, to do anything, they're betting that you promoting the product is going to be more than what they paid you. That's what they're betting. Whereas you're betting the other way around, and that's why a lot of the times you aren't going to take a percentage of sale for a sponsored post because you're betting that your audience is lower than, and they're betting that it's higher than. So I was like, man, I wish that there was something where they could sell like swimwear or just a clothing brand as well, just having a business that's able to come alongside them. And that's why I started blank space bikinis in swimwear. Like, it's really high fashion swimwear because basically what we do is we help with the manufacturing product, and then we just like reaching out to a lot of people with these really large audience bases on social media. And also all this stuff to kind of come full circle is driving traffic to Ocean Connection and getting more eyeballs on the site. My goal is to get people trying to checking it every day, being like what new stuff is up, and making it really cool, and basically starting to get the UI a lot better. So that's another business. And then kind of another one is just music. Basically like a music supply store online. Basically where it's like, I know that a lot of people, because of quarantine, have started to play more instruments or more music. And they've been trying to figure out how can they get better and better and better. So I thought, what if I could start a music brand that's giving people, kind of that like ownership of their instrument, like sending them like strings and like maybe giving them kits to go build their own guitar, which I think is something that's really cool. Like, this is how you do it, and doing all that stuff together. So that's another really business I want to do, selling guitar picks, all this stuff. So there's that one, and that one. I'm trying to look at other trends that I was seeing. I really like coffee. I know it sounds dumb. I think that buying your coffee, especially iced coffee, at home is going to be really big. Like bulk buying and selling like cold brew that you can mix in with these different mixers. I really want to start a coffee business as well, where you buy your own coffee beans and you can have all these different ways of making coffee, and like giving people tutorials as well, being like, hey, like from this coffee bean, here's a bunch of different recipes, and like give a recipe book along with the coffee beans. So then you're bringing like a lot of value there. Yeah, and there's a lot of this stuff where I just see it as just trends. Like a lot of tech I really like. I like headphones a lot. But that's kind of hard market. I think a lot of streaming equipment is another thing I want to look into. Like a lot of people are buying individual PC parts, so I think like kind of repackaging everything and selling it at a little bit cheaper. So like, hey, instead of just buying the graphics card, you buy the whole thing, like a build kit. I think that's a thing. I don't know a whole lot about this. I'm kind of just spitballing. I think stickers are big. I know it sounds really dumb, but man, I just like when I was looking, what I always try to do is I try to think of like, where am I seeing purchases happen? Where am I seeing, where's money being spent? And I try to look at like, where's the majority of money being spent in my market or where I'm trying to do, like, what are the hottest things? Like, what am I, that's what something I really am trying to implement right now. I'm building this algorithm that's able to give competitive landscapes for different small businesses so they can see what products should they put at their front page instead of at their back. Is winter apparel selling really high right now, or is like summer apparel? Also, the thing was, kind of rewind, with the swimwear brand, the reason why I really like that idea is because actually people wear like swimsuits year round, which sounds really stupid, but here's why. If it's wintertime, you wear a swimsuit because you're going in a hot tub. If it's summertime, then you wear a swimsuit and you're going to the pool. Unlike a hoodie, which is really hard to wear in the summer, or even pants or shorts, which are really like, because I think sales will be relatively consistent. I think just as many people go and buy a swimsuit in the winter overall, or at least a higher percentage than people that would buy a hoodie during the summertime. Um, which is something that's really weird to think about, which I thought was kind of cool, and I was like, oh yeah, that's sick. Also, I just want to get involved in that influencer space. I think that's really underserved in terms of a market, because most businesses that even have the wherewithal to reach out to an influencer, they have very different interests than what the influencer has. And my goal is to be like, hey, like when I succeed, you succeed, and I'm going to be forthright with my margin. Like I'm going to be very, very honest. I'm going to say, hey, this is why we're taking this cut. Here's why we're giving you this percentage of sale, and here's why. Here's the manufacturing costs, and here's this stuff, and being really honest with that. But also I have to be aware of is that if they want to go start their own thing, like, which I get, I want to basically, instead of just being like, fight that, be like, hey, I'd love to come help you start it. I'd love to like be like, hey, if you're looking for online distribution, we're here. If you need help setting up a website, we're also here. I'm here to help you succeed. Bring an exponential amount of value, even if they're like, F you, Jason. Yeah, I just think Ocean Connection's stupid. I don't think it's gonna take off. I'm like, cool, that's fine. And then literally have like that much, because then it's like, maybe by the way I handle that situation, with that person, like maybe their buddy who's like also has a lot of followers, like, man, I really respect the way that he went about it and the way he treated this business person, this person that's trying to start their own brand with kindness and respect. I'm gonna work with them long term. And I think like that stuff is what's really big. But yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity here. Even I know COVID sucks. Oh, masks, obviously, but I'm not so sure about even how long that stuff's gonna last. I think that it might just be a new cultural thing, in terms of just like you'll wear it if you're sick, like what they do in Japan. Like I'm not sure if you guys knew. So even before COVID, right, what would happen is if you're sick in Japan, what would you basically, like, you're like coughing and whatever, either A, you wouldn't come into work at all, or B, you'd wear a mask. So you ever see people like coughing and sneezing on the subway, it's like that would never happen. So I think that that's going to be more of a cultural norm, I think, in America, because I think just people are going to be like, coronavirus, and that's, take that as you will. That's kind of a blanket statement. But yeah, like also the office equipment, I think home office equipment, like standing desks, I think are going to be a really big trend going forward. Another weird one, medicine balls. I know a lot of people that are sitting on medicine balls and doing like workouts while they're working, which I think is really cool. And I think this is definitely an opportunity there because it's freaking rubber. So I'm going to start. But that's going to be more under Connected Fitness instead of the office, supply store. But yeah, this is the thing. And the reason why I don't feel bad about listing these products and starting these businesses on the platform, is because there's a difference. There's a difference between what I'm doing and what Amazon is doing in terms of what small businesses are, what's happening. So my goal is to create a platform that is going to bring more value to the business owners. So I was like, I could set this up, go through the freaking grunt work of, you know, creating a platform. And instead of me hoarding all this attention, all these products to myself, I can give that value to small business owners. And the end goal is actually to help the small business owners even more so than my company. My goal is to make those guys win more so than me even. Because I'm just doing this because I just am like, hey, I believe in my product. I believe in my service, and that I want to start businesses because I just think it's really fun. that's literally it. Like, it was like, man, I love just freaking talking about business and starting different things. And I think honestly it might kind of tie into my ADHD a little bit, which, you know, a lot of people have told me is kind of like a bad thing to have in terms of business. But it's like, hey, I can hop from thing to thing a lot faster than freaking anyone else can. I can be like, hey, this is what we can apply, that we can apply where we're buying our products here to where the products we're sourcing here, and kind of running with this, like going, which I think is really cool, and I really want to capitalize on. So that's what I'm doing, because I'm trying to set up these small businesses myself, that I'm, you know, doing delivery, because I believe in my product. You know, if I think also it's like, why would I be selling something that I'm not willing to buy myself? That's like a really big thing for me. Like I would never sell to one of my clients something that I would not buy myself. That's why I stopped doing a lot of this social media promotion stuff, you know, because I think it's stupid. You should not pay for a Facebook ad, period, unless you yourself are running it. There is a very large difference. If you're paying that out to an agency, like, I would never do that. I would never do that. If I'm a small business owner, I think that is a dumb buy. It is a stupid buy, because you can go in Canva, right? Go make 30 social media posts and never pay another person ever again. And this is what small business owners really need to get a kind of a hold on. I definitely should have made this a new video. But yeah, these are businesses that I want to start. I want to start businesses that I would buy. Like, I'd buy music. I'd buy, you know, office supplies. I'd buy like kettlebells and stuff. I'd buy Ocean Connection apparel. I'd buy, you know, fitness equipment. I'd buy muscle shirts. I'd buy all this stuff. I only want to sell things that I personally want to buy. Oh, another business, content creation and media space. Like, I want to sell like phone tripods. What I'm filming on right now is literally just my iPhone, and I put it on this little tripod. Man, I freaking best purchase I probably made so far this year. It's that in my little laptop bag. One second, I'm gonna grab it. Yeah, this thing. This bag, which I got at the Arc for $2. I'm very frugal. And this little tripod is just basically been a game changer, because now I can film and post really quickly, because the speed is the name of the game right now for me. Yeah, but I'm setting up all these different businesses that I would buy stuff from. So I'm setting up a business where I can sell microphones. And also the thing is it's really crazy, because I'm like, I want to buy another mic. So I'm just, instead of me going and just like going out and buying a mic, every time I think about, oh, I'm buying this thing, I should set up that store on Ocean. And I could try to find small businesses that are doing this stuff as well, being like, hey, you know, there's already people in this music space on this platform, and we think that your products could be better than theirs, so we want to get you onto here too. Because no one wants to be the first mover. That's another thing that I realized by selling everything. No one wants to be the first guy to do anything. People hate that. But yeah, so those are the businesses that I wanted to start, and I'm currently starting. I'm uploading these products now. I'd love it if you guys could comment, you know, down some, you know, products you would want to see on Ocean Connection. What if you could start 5 businesses, what would be the 5 businesses you would start? Or even if you just have one, it's okay. If you have no ideas, like, be like, oh, this would be something that I would want to buy. And that's what I usually think about. Because, like, man, I really like these freaking water bottles, but I need a lid. I want a lid that, like, seals, right? And that you can do. Like, I wish they had, like, a slushy lid. Because right now, it's like, yeah, this is airtight, but it's like, it's not like a cap. You know, I wish that there was a cap water bottle like that. So then it'd be a lot easier to drink, or like a straw that's integrated into those cups. Then you could sell those again, even separate from the cups. So I know there's like a bunch of different stuff like that. And, you know, like, I think that we just gotta go out and try stuff, figure out what works. I think to be honest, I think most of those businesses might not work out. And that's freaking insane for me. I'm definitely gonna hustle, work my tail off to try to make those businesses work. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. It's such a freaking uncertain time. Like, nobody knows anything. And that's like probably the biggest lesson I've learned in 2020 is that nobody knows anything ever. Your business can change on a dime like that, and then you look like an idiot. How often were my business professors when I was in college like talking about like in-store pickups delivery. It was always like, how can you drive revenue? How do you do this stuff? Right? Which is important, don't get me wrong, but it's like we need to show about how do we adapt? How do we shift? And I went to a school that's actually really good at that. UCCS. And now I just see the market's just shifted so much and it's such a different landscape. So, but yeah, those are some businesses I would start. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Sorry my studio is kind of bad. I'm moving into an office where I'm going to be able to bump out a lot more content for you guys. Basically just, I'd love to hear what stuff you would want me to talk about in these next couple videos. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, questions, concerns, all that stuff. So I appreciate it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this far. I know it's a freaking long video. I'm gonna post it on YouTube and everything. So I appreciate it, y'all. Comment down below 5 businesses.